welcome to a lovely late IHP show with your very own 5D Mystic here, chit-chatting about life and love, life partners, and people who want you to be yourself. And as we discussed, our 3D, 4D, they're different. They make up stories, meaning call us demons and Lucifers and names. We don't make up stories. We like to call them angels or brothers and sisters. We know they're not demons or devils or evils. Evils in the way of a Michael Stone forensic criminologist scale, yeah, but then again, we don't want to use it too much. We want to know those who are in that box of unkind, they can use good therapy. Those who don't know how to forgive, they can use more. If they're ready for mindfulness, mindsight, and that 5D collective, then they'll come enjoy how it is to know there's no person that can curse you. And that you will be the only one who decides, as a mystic, by the way. Okay, so life partners, they love us for who we are, and we love them for who they are. And when we have any situations, we get to talk about it like functional adults. And so the indicators of how you're going to be able to know who that life partner is and love is that they're going to ask you to be more of the quirkiness you are. They actively involve themselves in your mystical stuff. They actively want to talk more about it and participate. They also, again, introduce their own subject matters because obviously they will have interests of their own, right? And they will actively want you to participate too. So it's a sharing, obviously with respect to each other's schedules, because some of us are busy bees and others are less. So if you're less busy, then you can do more things together. When we are busy, we don't get to have that much time. But at the same time, you, again, want somebody to feel comfortable, but you're also curious to know more about them. So when the heart is involved, it asks more questions. When the mind is also involved, then it continues to ask. And you get more playful by the day, not less. Okay, so this is what the 5D collective brings. We bring healthy self-worth people together because at IHP, we're all going to be talking about healthy self-worth and how we don't have chips on our shoulders and we don't get pissy in our pants for any one of those people who are different than us. I actively have had beautiful conversations with people who are on opposite ends of spectrums, but that's because they have healthy self-worth. They're people who are harnessing their thoughts, they're harnessing their emotions, they're harnessing the embodiment that they are of pure consciousness, and as they move more and more into their inner child adult, we get to enjoy each other and they get to enjoy, and so on and so forth. So being yourself, straightforward for you, life partners, that is where you will know who the one is in your own timing, but through actions and through conversations. And so if a person's not talking to you, they're not actively interested. There are those who, they get lost in the plane of the mind's eye. So here's what I can tell you. As long as you're waking up in the morning, if you're 5D, you enjoy that you're waking up. And so you're going to be busy with life and in a good way. Whatever else is taking place in the behind the scenes, so when you have presences of your oversoul, twin flames, soulmates, all of that, because they're not proactively, when I've picked up on the ones who are not proactively doing anything, they are not going to be participating to your life. They're not going to be sharing. Some are envious, jealous, spiteful. Some are just full of rage. Some are, and this is the part of where they may not ever be aware of any of this, because we're tapping into the unconscious, subconscious layer that they may not be tapping into because they don't want to be their self. Actively, when you push down, it's still there. And so as long as you're going to be alive, it's going to keep coming up. And as long as we're connected, we're going to perceive when you're going through something. So there could be, let's say, a stagnating energy line because you have established relationship. And this is from afar, okay? So you don't talk, you don't do any of it. If there begins to be reminiscing and or thinking and or just little things that bring you back, that line gets a little light. It's kind of like a, okay? And then you'll actively have interactions. And so that's really cool. And that's why we build secure connections for my polysecure, the solo poly, and we also have secure attachment relationships. So when you do know what life partners are, we talk, we enjoy, we smile, and we laugh. Always, not just sometimes, because life's too short. And it's not toxic positivity. It's emotional maturity, mental maturity, and it's thanks to mindful living that you can do this. Because you're choosing your well-being. You're choosing to navigate the enlightenment vibration. You're choosing when you stub your toe not to call your emotions laundry. This is the very straightforward choice. This is not hard. But I have a good relationship with my emotional body. My inner child adult never got cut, never got told it was shameful to be Maria. Okay, so I want you to also keep that one in mind, because some of you come from this end of the spectrum, others might come from the other end. And the other end is a little bit different, although I'm pretty sure you want to be more on this end if you're here, and I'm happy because it's really nice that you want to keep allowing your body to move where it's trying to move in the first place. Restorative embodiment, self, and the integrated brain. So as long as you are accepting that fragments of you are imperfect and flawed, you're welcoming back, you are with healthy self-worth people, you're actively working on the maladaptive, adaptive child behaviors and or whatever it is that your story is, you're going to get the earned secure attachment, you're going to get the healthy self-worth people, you're going to get the life partner and or partners that you deserve and that everyone deserves. The reality is everyone deserves to be their self. But if they don't choose their self, and when people don't choose love, it's because they don't choose to do what makes them happy. And that's because to choose what makes you happy, one, you need to know what that is. And if you have never seen yourself, soothed yourself, kept yourself safe and secure to be yourself, so if you do not have the sense of self-worth, and you don't own your core self, and you follow the people who tell you to shame people and to demonize them and call them names and say, oh, that must be an evil witch, evil bitch, she put a spell on you, I bet. Because the part about us picking up on each other, others pick up on us too. Okay, so this is where people that make up rumors, and then somebody is following the wrong crowd. It's the wrong crowd for those of us who know you don't do spells. I know that there are people who do, but that's the thing. They don't work if you're 5D collective. So please remember, I'm chit-chatting with 5D collective. 4D will have different things to tell you, and you obviously follow what resonates. So if this doesn't resonate, you can obviously stick around if you're enjoying what you get to learn other than that part. But the experience, again, is actively something that your body is having and your mind. So if you empower your brain with integration, and you empower yourself to become loving and yourself, you will see that the way that you channel, the way you pick up is going to change because you're creating differentiation of the self. And that's what's going to then solidify the self of you inside of you. And then you will be less vulnerable because you have healthy boundaries. And then eventually you just have this way of being able to be your own ball of energy. Okay, so yeah, when we are with people who don't want to be their self, they will reject love. They will reject that they're unconditionally loved. They will not find it of interest. And it's actively funny because there are some masculines who are women and they find their twin flame and flames boring. And the thing about that is that this reminds me of those attachment coaches. They talk about people who do not have secure attachment, and they say secure attachment for them is boring. And that means that people would rather be in hypervigilant, dramatic love relationships that aren't loving. That's lust, that's toxic, that's codependent, that's people who haven't learned about what it is to be in a state of love. And so life partners, it's where we can be ourselves and we smile together. And always, so nobody brings humbug. And that's because, why would we? We got lucky, we're up today. Hey, we're going to get lucky, we're going to get up tomorrow. Hopefully we're going to get up some more days. And that's why it's not boring once you have your heart set on something and or someone and or someone's. So it's really nice for those of us who are lovers, conscious ones, to have people out there who are getting to be their self join us. And let's make it a bunch of lovers. So life partners, they stick around, they talk to you, they don't do the silent treatment, they don't do mixed messages, and they can be all soulmate, twin flame, oversoul. By the way, none of our oversoul is boring. So if we grow apart, it will be intellectually, and that's it. But we will always be connected from the heart, because we don't build fake relationships and we don't cut people out, and we're a big ball of energy. 5D mystic, enlightenment soul age group, infinite and beyond. But there's only a certain amount of life partners, and we won't close it off, though. We'll leave it into infinite possibility, because, you know, that's the part. And it is fun to be reminded as a feminine. It's my soulmates. They remind me to stay on my feet, because you never know what could be hitting you. And that's really fun in a good way. Hitting in a good, I should say caressing. No, you know, well, not hitting. Not hitting. Okay, so no hitting, no touching. You call numbers and say no. And obviously, if you're cool with cursing at each other, I know people who are. I'm not, but I am cool with passion and me being able to be all the emotion I am. And if you say I'm too much, well, that's not going to work. And if you don't want to talk about smart things, yeah, that's not going to work. And if you want to crap on humanity, no, that's not going to work. Albert Einstein, as he shares, stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution. Yeah, so the 5D mystic here. And anybody who's 5D is going to say, hey, we're trying to successfully rework all this stuff while flat earthers pay attention to flat, AI and reality, and those physicists over there, 4D calling everyone Lucifer that isn't on their board. People want to shame other people. I mean, God, look what's going on. They're all busy. We're trying to do something called let's save the world together. Yeah. We can have a lot of fun. Come on over. So we'll be back soon. Like, share, and subscribe.